Lokati here. Today we are just doing an update on this mercenary flurry budget build. So again, we just have a Pillar of the Caged God, corrupted with some damage, and then slotted in with some damage. We have a ring with damage and life resistance stats on it, another ring with similar things on it, an amulet with stats and some life on it, Black Sun Crest Helm that has strength and dex. We don't have any int, so we don't care about the int roll. Um, just general armor, evasion armor. This thing rolls on it, I guess. Good life roll. Some gloves with some flat damage and some stats that we should probably exalt. A belt with some life and some resistance on it, and some boots with some life and stats and some on it. We're nowhere near a high budget on this build. Less than a div investment. We're not even res capped. We have no chaos res. We've got mediocre stats. This is nothing special from a cost perspective. And this is a 15 irradiated map. So it is a level 80 map, and we are currently level 83. So this is far from an in-game build. It's very much a budget entry into a very fun, fast, engaging character to play. Now, the one thing that you do need to spend like 10 or 20x on is going to be a jewel that has 2% mana on kill. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable trying to constantly spam your mana flask the whole time you're playing the guy. And so make sure you do get at least some mana on kill. Those jewels are going to be probably an average of 10 to 20x to get a hold of. And we're standing in poison. Don't do that. Don't stand in poison. I love on kill effects from bosses, or on death effects. They're so engaging, fun, and they enhance my experience so much. And you can see we just kind of blast through the maps. From a build play perspective, you're just holding down Tempest Flurry and dropping bells on rares and bosses. Nothing complex. The build excels in open maps because these like really tight corridor maps you get stuck on the walls a lot. Tempest Flurry doesn't have real good collision avoidance. Like even your regular movement, your guy will kind of walk around corners, but with Tempest Flurry, he just kind of like gets stuck on him, can't move. Trail of Ice is quite possibly the worst affix in the game for us, which is what this boss has. But we can generally keep him stunned, frozen, for most of the engagement. And there's our T16 boss dead. Super tanky. Much tankier once you get his resistances up. Really good recovery through lifesteal as long as you have lifesteal on one of your items. And other than that, just smash things. It's a lot of fun. The speed is exceptional and scales much better with gear. And obviously you can spend as much currency as you want to on the build to get it put together and get to a level of play that you want to get to. Go ahead and hop out of this map and go over the skills real quick. So, we are using Tempest Flurry, Martial Tempo, Inspiration, and Crescendo. This is kind of a non-negotiable, the ones you're going to want to use. Overwhelming Presence is very important. It allows us to get many more freezes and shocks, which allow us to trigger our heralds better. Tempest Bell, running Overabundance, Rage, and Execute. This is not necessarily the most ideal combo here. This is just what I happen to be running whenever I had a bunch of dual slots on Charge Staff, but I don't like Charge Staff, and so I just stopped using Charge Staff and speccing into it. You're welcome to include Charge Staff in the build if you want to. Maybe Primal Armament would be better here. I don't know, the Rage on hit is such a huge bonus to our Tempest Flurry damage. Herald Device, we're running Conduction, Coercing Current, and Innervate. This is because we want Herald Device to shock. When Herald Device shocks, it triggers Herald of Thunder. So we need 100% more chance to shock. And then shocking multiple targets is also really good. And then increasing our Tempest Flurry damage every time we kill something with Herald Device is very nice. And then Herald of Thunder, we need it to freeze. So we're running Ice Bite, Glaciation, and Cold Infusion. Cold Infusion for more cold damage for bigger freezes. Glaciation for more freeze buildup. And then Ice Bite so that when we kill stuff with Herald of Thunder, it increases our Tempest Flurry damage, which again is much better clear. And neither of these do anything for bossing. So there stands to be some advantage to running a second weapon set and a second weapon because the pillar is dirt cheap, and having a bossing set for your passives as opposed to clear passives. But it's just a fun character. This is not a min-max session on the build. You are welcome to min-max this build as much as you want to, but this is designed to be a quick, easy entry level into a lot of fun that can clear all of the maps. As far as our passives go, we're taking Dex and Strength all the way around, no int. We are taking Mass Hysteria here for attack speed, Blurred Motion for attack speed and Dex. We're getting Polymathy and Jack of all trades. Taking Lightning Rod for lucky damage with lightning damage. Taking Flash Storm here for penetration. We're taking Blinding Flash for blinding things. We're taking Sand in the Eyes for blinding things. We are taking Falcon Dive for attack speed per accuracy. We are running around 11,000 accuracy, so this is a huge chunk of attack speed. Acceleration for more skill speed, which is stacking attack speed. Enhanced reflexes for more dexterity, which is stacking attack speed, dex, and we'll take some more dex down here. And then attack speed per dex here, attack speed with quarterstaffs, attack speed with quarterstaffs, and some freeze buildup up here. If you are reliably freezing everything because your gear is so good that you have better defenses, then you can pull these nodes out and put them somewhere more useful. We're taking penetration for lightning up here, and then maximum lightning damage here, which is very, very good with the lucky lightning damage roll that we already have. And then we're taking more jewel slots. Now this is my 2% recover mana on kill. It has minions and energy shield recharge, but I don't care. I want 2% mana on kill. These other jewels, these are like whatever jewels. This thing is some crit damage bonus and recoup life. It was just sitting in my bank. This thing is some more crit and some ailment stuff. It was sitting in my bank. We're not crit based. These are just like garbage jewels that I had that I threw on so the sockets would not be empty. Ideally, you would want like some corrupted jewels that have stats on them with attack speed and elemental damage, and maybe quarterstaff freeze buildup. There's a lot of options that you have for getting some really good jewels in these slots here. Again, this was just a very, very budget character. Show what the build can do in a nice entry level so that you can have fun playing it. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. There are tons of ways to maximize this, and many people in the game are playing this build, and there's several creators that have this build at higher levels of content, but I haven't seen one that's presenting what it can do on anything shy of a 20 divine budget. So I wanted to show you what this build could do on a budget. Super tanky, super fast, very good damage, very good clear. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.